Well, good morning. We're back in Broken Ranks, and we are at the inn in Alaril. So let's talk to this Lesker and see what he has for me. I'm all ears. Ha ha ha, very funny. So he says he has a couple selections. I need emperors. I've heard I can buy them here. I need stone. I can see you have plenty of it. And then there's a quest that is level 29, so I'm not even going to bother with it. Is there anything interesting happening in the area, Lesker? I could use some more gold. Or is there anything I can do for you? All right, let's start with the is there anything I can do for you? Let's be polite. Not for me personally, but one of my guests has an offer you might be interested in. You'll find him in a room upstairs. All right. So, let's go ahead and head upstairs and find this person who might have something for us to do. Doesn't say which room, just says upstairs. And it doesn't look like it's this room. Okay, some random person standing here. I can't get any... It frustrates me that I can't scroll in closer because I swear it looks like this person doesn't have a head. I'm assuming they're wearing like some sort of cloak or hood over their head, but it looks like their body ends at their shoulders. It's weird looking. Oh, hello, Miss Bella. I expected you. Our intelligence assured us you'd show up. He pauses and eyes you carefully. Seems like they were right. If you're here, it means you can smell an opportunity from far away. Can you tell me more about this opportunity? As I said, we've been watching you and we noticed your potential. He makes a reassuring gesture. Don't worry, it's standard procedure when we're working with the Bureau. The Bureau? We are the Bureau. You could say it's kind of Haligardian police force, very specific kind. Which reminds me that we have one more matter we need to discuss immediately. Tell me, do you have a problem with getting rid of pests? What kind of pests are we talking about? Dangerous ones. Those that we, as Guardians of Justice, need to take care of. I can assure you that by helping us, you'll be doing the Empire, the Bureau, and me a great favor. If you say so, tell me more about the job. He's lost in thought. The Bureau ordered us to get rid of some of our own operatives. That should be enough for now. Okay, so I can either tell him to make it quick, who am I to kill, or you can tell me more. I can keep a secret. He nods slowly with his eyes fixed on you. The tasks we perform give opportunities to find certain powerful relics. Sometimes a leader of a group decides to usurp things that, by all right, should belong to the Empire. Relics? Ancient Alarian artifacts. I swear, if Alarians weren't so dim-witted. In any case, we need to get rid of a Gadra's group in the nearby tower. It's no small challenge. That's true. Luckily, you won't be alone. I'll be helping you at every step. Me and my... He's lost in thought again. You and my associate. He should be here any moment now. Is anyone else involved in this? Why isn't he here now? I wanted to make sure you were properly cleared. You need to know my partner's a bit impulsive, and there's one more thing to discuss. What thing? He points at you. Is she the civilian? Yes, Andre. She's our new partner. She'll help us with the mission. I still don't understand why it requires so much planning. It's standard procedure. We get it, do what we need to do, then get out. Andre, you know very well that it never works out like this. There'll be complications, especially considering that they are operatives of the Bureau. And Gadira, you don't have to remind me. I know what the stakes are. Keep your mouth shut. Oh, for fuck's sake. Finish what you started. What are the stakes? He gives Andre a piercing look. Our heads are at stake. If we F up, they'll roll. You're here because Bevan thinks I'm not up to this task. It's not that. We talked about this. He lets out a heavy sigh. Oh, let's go back to the matter at hand. Gadira and her cronies will be prepared for frontal assault. We need to find a different way. What do you mean? We're going to prepare traps. There's no need for that. He looks at you. If you're half the warrior they say you are, we'll beat them to a pulp in direct combat. I wouldn't advise it. Remember that they have relics at their disposal. We don't know what awaits us inside. I'm not going to sneak in like a rat. The code of the Bureau is clear on this. You know what I think. The code of the Bureau only upholds status quo and... So, what are we going to do? If Bevan values you so much, you decide. A frontal assault and dealing with the threat the Bureau way or sneaking in like mice. Which is a much safer way of getting rid of the bandits. So, I get to choose either sneak in, lay some traps, or a frontal assault. Except that we don't know what kind of relics these people might have, and a frontal assault might not be the best way to go about it. Oh, I mean, she's a barbarian. I mean, she would probably go for the frontal assault. Da 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 da. And of course he walks away. Because of course he does. Well, fine. If you're going to break the whole conversation, I'm going to go out and do something else for a minute. Is there anything interesting happening in the area? I could use some gold, okay? Hey, Miss Bella, good thing you're asking. A very important scoundrel from the capital of Halagarda is staying here now. He's rich, powerful, and extremely furious for some reason. Would you like to go to him and offer your services? He's in the room upstairs. Just don't be too nice or he'll walk all over you. Thanks, Lesker. I know this type of guy. They look their superiors, so they expect everyone to look theirs. I'll handle this. So now we have 2. Continue speaking with the agents. Oh, were they both going to be in here? Yep. Both of these quests are in the same room, so of course they're instanced. Okay. Lesker's Ghast or Spiral. Let's go back to where we were at. And it is definitely different to see that. Let's try some traps. We're going to try traps. He mutters something under his breath. Great. Now we need to divide responsibilities. I think you should take care of Babadak. We'll prepare traps for the other bandits. I'll take care of Gadira alone. The men stare at each other for a moment. He turns to you. As you wish. Andre will eliminate Gadira, and I'll get rid of Gregorius. It's settled. Let's meet at the lowest floor of the tower. We'll talk over the details there. As you say. So I can say, as you say, you're taken directly to the tower, or I need to do something else. I'll come back later. We're going to go ahead and head to the tower. He's speaking with Bevan in a lowered voice. Magic. Can you feel it too? He notices you. You took your time. What exactly should I do? He extends his arm over your head and sprinkles it with something. This powder will make you partially invisible. If you don't bump into something, you won't be detected. Sneak to the chest with meat and pour this poison in. He hands you a vial. Then come back here. Andre will be waiting for you. Alright. What if someone detects me? You'll have to kill them. What a dumb question. Try to stay invisible. Alright. One more thing, Miss Bella. If you leave the tower, talk to Lusker to get back to it. He sprinkles his own head with the powder. See you later. Alright, so. What are we doing? We need to get somewhere and not run into anything in the process. I guess we're going up. Oh, we screw up. We try again, right? So what are we poisoning? Poison the meat in the chest. Intruders! Huh? You little rat me smash. Okay. Oh. Well, I guess we kill something. The heck? That's Babadek. Oh, Babadek is down. He looked like he was a half troll. You effed up. Congratulations. Happens to the best of us. Doesn't happen to me. He looks at the dead Babadek. Poor guy. You wanted to do this yourself. Yes, but I'd do it painlessly. He sighs. He suffered enough when he was still alive. What do you mean? Babadek was a street urchin until the Bureau gave him a chance for a normal life. He pauses. And now it took it away. If he was an operative for so long, why get rid of him? It's all because of his superior officer. He stops staring at the body. Let's go. You nod. You're finally here, Nightingales. You see, he's prepared to cast Shadow Strike. I've been waiting for you. Any last words? It's not too late yet, Gregorius. You look at Andre. If he's worried about the bandit's threat, he doesn't show it. Leave her. You've wasted enough of your life with her. I can't believe my ears. You disregarding the code of the Bureau. The code doesn't have anything to do with this. Gadira will never appreciate what you're doing for her. He winces slightly. And what can you know about us? He tried to get out of the curse's way unnoticed. Enough. He finishes casting the spell. You feel that the shadow strike is about to hit you. You don't move. The curse explodes in his own hands. Gregorius slumps to the floor. He comes out of the shadows. Great! The deflector worked. You look at Andre. He looks as if he's about to explode too. He exhales heavily. Were you really effing waiting for him to hit us with it? The safest way was to just let him finish the spell. Otherwise, I'd be caught in the blast radius. Damn. He looks at Gregorius' body. He was right. I disregarded the code. Give it a rest. Don't you have your own rules? You don't need to learn morals from a book. I know nothing is sacred to you, but... Stop it. We have a mission to complete. What's the deal with the code anyway? What's the punishment for breaking it? There's no punishment. It's just the written will of some members of the organization who lost touch with reality long time ago. They are too old to protect their interests, so they came up with rules that paralyze the Bureau. And you're so much smarter than them, aren't you? Smarter than the secretaries? BS! If everyone treated the rules like you do, the Bureau wouldn't last a day. And not only the Bureau, the whole Halagard, the whole effing human civilization is based on those ridiculous rules. I couldn't care less. Maybe then you'd learn to think for yourselves. He raises a clenched fist. I've had enough of this BS. We have work to do. Only Gadira remains. I'll take care of her alone. As we discussed, do not interfere. Understood? Understood. He looks at Andre coldly. You sense that it's the only answer the man is going to get. He watches Andre leaves without saying anything more. And why do I get the feeling that Andre is about to make a serious mistake of his own? I'm sure he'll do something irresponsible. His tone suggests that irresponsible is a huge understatement. Maybe. Damn. I swear Andre is taken from the past millennium. With everything it implies, people like him have already died out, but yet he still remains. All this talk about rules and honor, he doesn't understand that life's changed. Aren't you partners? We are, and don't get me wrong, his skills and dedication to the Bureau are impressive. It's normal that we approach our tasks from different perspectives. It's just that it seems to me we're in the organization for completely different reasons. And what's your reason? Huh. He looks at you. The Bureau is a ladder, the tallest one in Halagard. All right. How long do we have to wait? You don't think he lost, do you? I haven't seen him fight. We're idling here while he could be bleeding out. He told us not to interfere. Yes, yet another example of his old-fashioned sense of honor. I'm going there with or without you. If that's how you put it, let's go. Because obviously we're not going to let you go alone. There's no turning back once you advance to the final floor. And make sure you're prepared. Ready? Okay, hold on just a second. And... of course. Alright, so we can't rest in here for some reason. But we can leave the instance and rest. Does not make sense. Okay, so I guess we head back up. We've rested now. You cannot rest here. Okay. So once you hit the 3rd floor of this place, you can no longer rest. Go to the top on Gadira's floor. I'm not even sure what I just saw, but what was that? You feel a piercing headache as if your head was about to burst. No, forget I asked. It was a relic. We let her use a relic and run away. What a failure. She hasn't run away yet. She's still here. He throws up his hands. Where? Inside the tower. I can sense her. Yeah, of course you can. Great. He lowers his eyes. If she's here, what are we waiting for? Let's go find her. We can't. Look at the stairs. You look at the passage you just emerged from. You see only a foggy barrier. When you reach toward it, you feel resistance. After some time, you don't have enough strength to keep pushing. Awesome. He turns to Andre. Remind me, why did you want to take care of this alone? Did you want to show off, or maybe you wanted to let your ex escape? Leave me alone. He sighs with resignation. What now? How do we get out of here? He turns to you. Do you have any idea where we are? In the tower? Since you're asking, probably no. Look around. See what's outside the window? There's absolutely nothing outside the window. White void. Put your hand there and you'll be left with a stump. I'd rather not try. Andre, do you have any idea how we can get out? Did she tell you anything? No, nothing that makes sense. Wonderful. Once you mend your broken heart, let me know. Until then, stop talking, please. Let's look around the room. Hopefully, we'll find something that lets us get out. If Gadira escapes, our excuses won't matter to the Bureau. We'll be as good as dead. You nod. So we are in a void of some sort? You look at your reflection, you look as dazzling as always. He says there's something special about the mirror. You're not sure what exactly. I'll come back here. True art. You can clearly see it must have been sculpted by a great artist. You look for hidden buttons. You find nothing. Braven gives you a questioning look. Stop fooling around. We need to get out of here. You stop groping the statue, you leave. Okay, so what else? You find nothing. Okay, so what else? Lots and lots of gold and treasure in here, and I'm assuming that's some sort of a Yeti skin rug. Whatever it is, it was creepy. It was probably pretty creepy when it was alive, and now it's even creepier dead. Okay, what? He looks around the room. Once she preferred flowers to gold. Maybe she still prefers flowers. Interesting. He mutters under his breath, "Here, maybe? No, nothing again. What did she need so much gold for? Do you think she paid her taxes? Very interesting. With this fortune, you could feed all Haligardian orphans for a decade. What an admirable attitude. I'm a true citizen. The well-being of my countrymen is the most important to me. Actually, it's the second most important thing. My well-being is the most important. Everyone should make sure they are not poor. Then we'd have no poor people. Yeah, so orphans would be so much better off. It's a joke. I was just trying to clear the air. Never mind. Let's go back to our search." Poor guy. He does seem like he's trying very hard. Okay, come on. What are we looking for? The chest is filled to the brim with elixirs of unknown properties. You search the chest. You find a very curious flower at the bottom. It's a white rose, very well preserved. It looks as if it was picked only a moment before. You take it. I can probably use it, but where? Where? I already took the flower, so... Okay. Okay. You put the rose in front of the mirror. It starts to glimmer. You can see cloudy images in it. You strain your eyes. He stares into the mirror, lost in thought. He reaches out to you. Give me the rose. I know what we should do with it. You give him the flower. He looks at his reflections. I stand unknowingly above. He speaks the words with certainty as if he repeated them many times before. The clouds dissipate. You can see a clear image in the mirror. You see a hall inside a mountain. The ceiling is supported by strange twisting columns. You've never seen such craftsmanship. In the middle, on a dais, lies an item whose shape is unfathomable to your mind. What is it? A seeker. Excellent. I wonder what else they have here. What does it seek? These are bureau matters. You hear hesitation in his voice. The matters of our superiors, to be exact. He either didn't hear or ignored Brevin. It seeks ruins beneath Alaril. They find relics with these mirrors. They, not we. As I said, only the secretaries are allowed to use them, although it wasn't always like this. It's a new rule, one supposed to make the Bureau more efficient. He uttered those words with a sneer. Andre, when he was younger, used mirrors like this one. At least that's what he told me. He looks at Andre. That's right. You turned to Andre. And the rose? What's the deal with it? Why is it white? He clears his throat. It's a private matter. Mind your own business. Old love. I didn't know you're so sentimental, Andre. The Bureau tells you to murder those close to you. I'd rather do it myself. That's how it should be done. He gives you a meaningful look. Honorable. Alright, in any case, we need to get out of here and find Gadira. I have some questions for her. Look, he points at the place the barrier stood only a moment ago. The outburst of magic must have just deactivated it. We can go down now. Let's go then. Okay, now what? Take a look around the room. Another barrier. He points to the way down. We have to deactivate it too. Alright. Makeshift room in the tower. A book. Take a look inside. How are you feeling? I want to tear that empty head of hers off, and then tear off mine. I want to hunt her for not leaving all this behind and running away with me, and I want to hurt myself for not letting her go too easily. How could I have known we'd end up like this? If I had known, I would never have let her go. You let her go? When? He waves a hand with resignation. A long time ago. It's done and over with. Don't ask me about it. All right. Assembling individuals, you keep on reading. Energy, foundation, action the vessel requires. It's a summoning instruction. When followed, it could deactivate the barrier, but we may summon someone in the process. Who? Most likely the owner of the blood. He points to the pot. I don't even want to know whose blood it is. Is there no way to check? There may be, but first of all, I'm not an expert, and second of all, does this change anything? There's no plan B. Most likely we'd have to perform the ritual anyway. You're right. Let's get to work then. The creation must have frame. Put sturdy material onto the frame. Onto the flame. Okay, I don't know. A hole in the chest suggests it was meant to be the vessel for the ritual. Unless we're missing something. Okay, must have made a mistake. So let's try this again. Why I get the feeling I'm missing a part. Okay. What we got? This stuff even show up in our bag? It does. Okay, we have bones. We have blood. We have elixir. Okay, we have bone, blood, and elixir. A hole in the chest suggests it was meant to be the vessel for the ritual. Okay, we'll pour the elixir in. Put the bones in. The mixture you created starts to bubble. After a moment, it turns solid and begins to grow rapidly. You move away. Corporeality. Thank you very much, Nightingales. That son of a... How? Never mind. We have a mission to finish, he gestures to you. So it was your blood. What blood? Who are you? He gazes... is fixed on you. What do you mean by that? We met a moment ago. He bares his teeth in a parody of a smile. You notice that his canines are golden. We've never met, Nightingale. You must have murdered another Gregorius. And before you ask, I'm not angry. He was probably a son of a... another Gregorius. Are you? Twins? Another version of me. Gadira controls all dimensions in this tower. After performing the ritual, we can traverse them fairly freely. At least without getting destabilized and atomized. So I summoned you to this dimension with this ritual. Miss Bella, why are you still talking? We were supposed to get rid of him. Wait a minute. We have already gotten rid of him. Our mission is complete. Is it? He's still here. Well, as far as I understand, we can keep killing him ad nauseum and he would keep coming out of corpses. Precisely. One Gregorius more, one Gregorius less, what does it matter? Silence, he glares at the bandit. Miss Bella? What do you think? Let's leave him be. I've had enough bloodshed for one day. Wait a moment. We need some kind of proof. To Gregorius. You heard the man? Give us your hat. My hat? Are you out of your mind? Now? Bah, take it. I mean, not the one I have on my head. There are plenty on that table over there. You look at Brabin. He picks up a hat. The barrier is gone. Let's get out of here. You nod. Why is he here? He must have been here the whole time. The dimension existed before you traveled into it. You're right. What are you going to do with him? As I said, we killed him once. There's no need to do so again. He points at the stairs. There's no barrier here. Andre, stop being so sentimental. Babadek is a beast in a human body. Babin, you know how tough his life was. He's a good boy. He just needs a direction. He looks at you meaningfully. Help me here. Andre's right. Let's leave him be. You're completely out of your mind. He looks around the room. He's searching for leverage for his case. What about proof of eliminating Babadak? He approaches Babadak and whispers something in his ear. They talk for a moment, and then the giant hands him his axe. Are you happy now? He lets out a heavy sigh. You think he regrets not being able to convince you to kill Babadak. The way is open. Let's go. He points to the way down. You nod. This is a weird quest. Like, just super weird. We're late. She escaped. No, I could still sense her here. You say nothing. You're right. I've been here all along. She puts a dagger to Brevon's throat. Blood trickles down his neck. One wrong move. Gadira, wait. You hear panic in his voice for the first time. I'm waiting. We have as much time as there are grains of sand in the desert. She smiles mockingly. Why should I spare this mongrel? You look at Andre. Talk to her. It's now or never. Maybe there's another way to settle this. What way? You give us something that'll act as proof for our superiors and you let Bevan go. You won't see us ever again. But it's against the code, Andre. Can I take your word for it? Yes. Do it one last time. His hand is slowly reaching for a hidden dagger. You can either let Brevin continue and nod to him, or you give him a sign to stop. Ooh, choice. I encourage him to reach for the dagger or not reach for the dagger. That's a hard choice. Well, let's... I'm afraid if he does actually manage to get that dagger and tries to kill her, she's going to end up killing him. And then she won't trust Andre. And we might end up having to kill her. But if I tell him to stop, he's going to get mad. And if she decides to attack, she's going to kill him. And either way, she's... One last time, but there were so many of them. And every time, the end was the same. He stops reaching for the dagger. He puts his hand down again. It'll be different this time. Please, Gadira. They look at each other in the eyes. She sighs and tilts her head sideways. The heck with this. She puts down her dagger and pushes Brevin toward you. Don't make me regret this. He falls down in front of you and starts coughing. Relief washes down his face. I won't. Thank you, really. You help Brevin get up. Don't forget this. A blue light flashes in her hand. After a moment, you can see she's holding a blue rose. Give it to the secretary. The effer can choke on it. She gives the rose to Andre. He nods. Will do. That's all. You can get out now. She's looking sideways, clearly avoiding eye contact with Andre. That's what we want to do, but... Alright, let me take you back to the right dimension. Farewell. She starts an incantation. He breathes as if he wants to say something, but decides against it. Ground sweeps from under your feet. Huh. So, We're all alive. It's better than I expected. He looks at the spot where Gardira stood only a moment ago. It seems I owe my life to both of you. His eyes are fixed on you when he says this. I did what I thought was necessary. He nods and looks at Andre. Are you all right, friend? His thoughts come back to the present moment. Yes. Great job, Miss Bell. It's over. Truth be told, we did disregard the code. We'll have to explain ourselves to the secretary. I hope he understands that we did what we had to do. He gives you a tired look. For a moment, I thought he'd give it a rest. Enough. He clears his throat. Thank you. Here's your reward. He gives you a pouch. You take it. Thank you. I hope that there will be more opportunities to work together in the future. He smiles. As for this task, that'll be all. I'll be going then. Farewell. And did he just hand me 50,000 gold? Because I could have sworn that said 50,000 gold. Well, that paid well. Hello. That was quite the payday. It was a very bizarre instance. Fortunately, not too much killing had to be done. A lot of thinking. A lot of choices that determined whether or not somebody was going to live or die. But wow, the reward. It's like, oh, here's a little something for helping us out. Enough gold to almost buy a weapon. It's like, whoa. Hi, I'll be doing business again with you in the future. Hopefully you, Andre and Bradman, will not have killed each other in the process. I mean, they both seem like pretty decent guys, but they're definitely the odd couple of investigators. We are going to head back to Trentus real quick because, I'm sorry, after getting 50,000 gold thrown at me, I am definitely not going to lose it. Wonder what the different colors, name colors is. I noticed that my name is purple, and I just kind of automatically assumed my name was purple because it was me. And other people's names were other colors. But her name was purple, the one that I just passed. So I wonder what that means. And let's see, this guy's name here is Green. That guy's name is Green. Alright, so we want to drop, I don't know, 50,000 gold in here. Confirm. We have a decent amount of gold now. Still need more chest space. Need 50 platinum. I think I have 40. Yeah, 40. So I have 40 platinum. I need 50 platinum to open up some more storage space. I'm assuming I got the 40 platinum I have from progressing somewhere in the storylines or in leveling or something like that. Which suggests to me that there's possibility of getting more of them for doing something. I think I'll have to look that up, but you know, if somebody has some information about that, I would actually really appreciate some tips. So we're headed back to the inn. And I think that's where we'll stop off. Because I'm still wrapping my head around that last quest. It was weird. But yes, we will be at the inn, and then next time we'll see about this, doing this Lesker's guest quest. Should be interesting. But until then, bye for now.